Hi, my name is Alicia Atwell, and I'll be giving my speech tonight on the effects of POTS, or known as postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and this is my audience. What happens in postural tachycardia, orthostatic tachycardia syndrome? This usually happens when a person is sitting down, and when they stand up, a normal person, all the blood will flow to their legs, and then the brain, instead of staying in their legs, it pulls back up and goes back to their brain and keeps the heart beating normally. Someone with POTS, the blood flows to their legs and it stays there. It does not go back to their brain, and it makes their heart beat really fast, and that causes a tachycardia. Symptoms of POTS is instability, feeling weak, falling down, dizziness, fainting, chest pains, nausea, coldness or painful extremities, and redness or purple coloring of the legs. I have here behind me my visual aid board and how POTS affects the body and the common causes of POTS, which are reactive hypoglycemia, HPA axis dysfunction, mitochondrial disorders, mast cell disorders, autoimmune disorders, Epstein-Barr viral infection, Lyme disease, anemia, and diabetes. Why this is important to me is because my daughter, Piper, when she was 10 in 2018, she got really sick in January of 2019 and with the flu, and she stayed really sick with it and for a couple weeks, and then she got it again. She just couldn't get better, and I kept taking her back and forth to the doctor, and they kept saying she has the flu. You have to let her recover. She has the flu. You have to let her recover. And I knew something wasn't right with her, and so I finally got a doctor to listen to me, thank goodness, and a nurse practitioner here in Summit, Mississippi, and she ran a bunch of tests on Piper, and her spleen was enlarged, her liver was enlarged, her blood work was off the charts. It was crazy, everything that was going on with her. And so she did a mono rapid test, and she tested positive for mono. And mono is what's known as the Epstein-Barr virus. She had mono for about 3 months. She missed about 3 months of school with it. And after the mono was supposed to be over, she still did not get better. And again, I took her back to the nurse practitioner in Summit. She ran more tests on her, and she referred me to a rheumatologist because of Piper's inflammation in her joints. And what happened was the mono triggered an autoimmune disease, which is rheumatoid arthritis. And in turn, it also triggered POTS. Piper was having a lot of heart palpitations, chest pains, dizziness, shortness of breath. And so we went to, took her to the nurse practitioner in Summit, and the nurse practitioner in Summit referred us to a cardiologist in Jackson. And the cardiologist in Jackson did this. It's called a table tilt test. Is where you lay down and relax with monitors attached on a table. The doctor tilts the bed, reads the monitor, and watches your reactions. The doctor lies you down again when they have info they need or you've had enough. And the stage 4 is you lie down and recover. Piper wasn't on the table 2 minutes before she was diagnosed as having POTS. She could not even finish the table tilt test. So that being said, she was put on medication, which is salt sticks. She has to take these. And Florinef, which controls the heart palpitations. And then Mobic is for body and joint pain. She's had this for over a year now, and we're learning how to control it. Diet has a lot to do with it. Gluten, soft drinks that she doesn't always follow. But and the crazy thing that about the POTS is that you have to increase your salt intake dramatically. So when your parent or mother is fussing you about the amount of salt that you intake, I can't do that with her because she actually has to have that amount of salt. Taking 8 salt sticks a day, a lot of electrolytes, Gatorade, a lot of water. You can always tell when she isn't following her diet and her drinking like she should, because she gets really dizzy, she will faint, and a lot of tachycardia. Her resting heart rate could be as high as 174, 178. The thing with POTS is the cardiologist believes you can outgrow it, that and the rheumatoid arthritis. So that's what we're hoping for, is that she will outgrow these conditions. But I just want to stress and make sure you have information about POTS and the symptoms of POTS and mono and the diseases and the autoimmune that it can trigger. That just because you have mono doesn't mean it stops with that. It can also trigger the rheumatoid arthritis or the POTS or any other type of autoimmune disease, and you will have antibodies against the Epstein-Barr virus. So they say you cannot get mono again, but we're hoping that it all works out and she goes out of it, and I hope that you learn something with this speech. Thank you.